We lost.
Yeah.
I'm Dustin Rubio.
I'm Alex Thomas.
This is Swansea Beat. Welcome back, everybody. Swansea Beat. Different location today. Swans. A few hours now. The game's been over.
Yeah.
We lost.
I'm so disappointed right now. I'm sad more than anything.
I do. I feel like I want to curl up in a corner.
I just feel like it felt like last season's Swans. That's what I literally feel.
Mm.
I was just like, there was so many mistakes made today. There was so many mistakes.
It's reminiscent of the Bradley era.
Like, I wouldn't say we were bad creatively as Bradley, but defensively, like the mistakes, yeah, definitely today. I was just like, oh.
So what went wrong? Let's just give a little disclaimer, I guess. You know, if you're watching this, most likely you're a Swansea fan, and so you'll feel our pain.
Or you're a Watford fan laughing at us.
Yep, that could be. Screw you and your whole tribe. No, I'm just kidding. So this would be a little bit of a complaint, a downer.
It's a bit of a rant more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, showing how Swans fans are feeling emotionally at the moment.
Yeah.
So, Clement, if you're watching, this is how Swans feel.
Yeah. So what went wrong?
A lot of mistakes in defence. Like, both goals. We just saw both could have been easily prevented.
Yeah.
Taking
away the two mistakes, which we'll get to the mistakes.
What else?
Just the defence in general.
I felt the defence in general was very sloppy today.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we did say in the last episode Watford had a lot to offer coming forward.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't doubt them. They did well today, but I felt like with the defence, we've complimented them a ton of times. Like, I remember in a couple of episodes ago, I said I feel this is more comfortable than Ashley Williams and Chico. I said,
You did. Yeah.
And I was just like, today, I just felt so let down. I was just like, it was like two strangers in centre back today. I was just like, it's like you guys had no chemistry. Like, you didn't read each other's tackles. You didn't even try to even read each other's tackles. You were like, there was no, oh, give me the ball, or I'll back you up, I'll cover you. There's nothing like that. It was just like, I'll do my own thing and you do your own thing. I was just like, why? Like, there needs to be communication in the defence, and there was just none. And I think even between communication between defence and midfield, like the first goal, Clucas and Fernandez.
Yeah.
There was no communication there whatsoever.
Yeah, we'll try to put a picture up now so you guys can see. But the ball comes in. It's coming in on the right, and you can see when it's in between between the Watford player playing the ball in, and then there's Fernandez looking at it. Clucas isn't even really in the picture, and he's looking at it comfortably because he knows that the attacker is behind him, and he's just going to clear it. And then Clucas comes out of nowhere.
A little disclaimer though, it is Bonnie, so we're not Bonnie fanboys.
Yeah.
Bonnie is the one that gave it away in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it was sloppy play from Bonnie. I don't know why he was in the defensive half in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, passing back. But yeah, I think communication has to be key there. It has to be either Fernandez shouting, I got it, or it's Clucas saying, all right, you know, I got it, sort of thing, I got this covered. But he just slid in quite stupidly, and I think Clucas didn't know Fernandez was there, obviously, so I feel it was Fernandez's duty as the captain as well to shout, lay off, I got this, you don't need to run in. And, you know, with a finisher like Andre Gray coming in with pace, power, and a heck of a foot on him to finish, you can't be that silly, you know. And even the second goal, it just felt, it was easily prevented. Messer, he passed back and it was quite silly, but the tackle Mawson gave,
it was just terrible. It's almost like his footing was wrong. You know, I'm not a defender. I don't know, but when you're just looking at it, like, it just seemed. I mean, I grew up boxing. You know, your feet have to be a certain way when you're doing certain things. And I'm not a defender again, but I think looking at it, he just looked like he just wasn't prepared for what was going to happen. But again, it's not an excuse for him. He could have cleared it still. You know.
Like, you know, we saw how he was, because he was positioned like sideways, wasn't he? Like, I feel like his footing. Picture up for that. I feel like his footing was. I think he was going to try and pass it either out to Olsen, or you're trying to pass it back to Fernandez. But I don't know. I guess did he underestimate the pace of Richarlison or something?
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do, because it almost seems like the way the ball comes off the attacker, he like almost like he just tries to flick it to one of the defenders there, and it just backfired where he could have just swept it to the right, and then he had, I don't know who it was, to his left, maybe it's Olsen. I guess he's usually there, but he could have went any way, left or right, but instead he just flicks it kind of forward and it goes off the attacker, and that's it.
I don't want to smash the defence because we've been solid the last this season. I reckon obviously today
it's been one of the positives, I feel like.
That's something we've praised the season is Fabianski and the defence, and and I think another thing to point out is the attack. Like I just felt our goal was very sloppy. Like I felt that was Watford's defence fault as well. Like it could have been easily prevented by Watford. And it was a 6-yard goal. Like, Barney got a shot off, Gomez saved, and obviously Tammy just picked up the pieces and just slotted it home. But it's just like, I don't want to rely on those goals all season.
Yeah.
Like, those very rarely come about. So I don't want to rely on that.
Yeah, that's not going to keep us up, in the Premier League, relying, on sloppy defence. And
like, I think, especially now with the formation changes coming, where most teams are using 3 centre-backs, defensive is bigger than ever now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're not going to get those sloppy chances hardly ever now. And I'm just like, we have nothing to offer then if we can only rely on defenders messing up. It's just like, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially with the attack we have. I'm just like...
Yeah, and I think going back to the last episode, and I think this was one of the big things for me was, and you were surprised at my formation.
4-4-2.
What I did, 4-4-2, and I guess I tried to get in between because I didn't want to go all out and saying we went 3 center backs, in the back, and then I don't think I was prepared. That's why I didn't go, for an open formation, because their form away from home, ours obviously at home. It's almost as if like the Tottenham Wembley thing, like almost like we're cursed this season at Liberty. Hopefully not, but I felt like. This was the worst case scenario for me, but I kind of had a feeling this would happen, where we'd lose.
I just want to bring something to light. Like, I don't want to blame it fully on the players, because a lot of this responsibility has to come on the Clement in this game. Like, for me, you're coming into a game against Watford. Yeah, we've done great defensively against big teams. That's when you play that formation, the 3 centre backs. I feel like because we are profound to perform against big teams and usually lose to the smaller ones. I feel like this one we should have been attacking. I feel, we saw it. He played the 3 centre backs and all that. We conceded 13 minutes in. In the second half, he changed the formation to like a 4-4-1-1, and we instantly scored. I'm just like, if you did this in the first half, like if you started this formation, we could have had a chance. Like, we saw, I think, instant regret of why didn't we start Tammy and Messer. Like, seriously, Messer dominated that midfield in the second half. I was just like, why are we doing this? Like, Tammy's, we saw his work ethic against Spurs. He was fantastic. Barney was a bit lazy today, honestly. I didn't feel like he contributed much to the game. He had one good chance, but he kind of flopped it. And I'm just like, just watching him today, he wasn't match fit.
Yeah. Like,
Redding, he was terrible as well. He's not match fit. Don't play him if he's not playing well.
Yeah.
You did that with Sanchez. Do it with Bonnie. Don't be afraid to bench people because they have a good price tag on them. I'm just like, it's stupid.
And he's got an excuse. He can do that. He could say, "Look, they're not fit." I think it's a way of getting around being like, "Well, you're not playing well enough, so we're benching you." It's one more thing of you just got to get fit. And I think for Boney, there is a reason. The last 2 seasons he hasn't played. He hasn't played in 2 seasons, even though he's been attached to teams. He hadn't played. So I think Clement can get away with that. I think even with Sanchez, and he did it this, today. But yeah, I guess when they went to the 4-4-1-1, which is a formation I did say the 4-4-2, and I said that to kind of go like that, which I'd like to do. I don't know where we go from here as far as we had 7 shots, 5 on target, and 2 off.
Which is, that's a little bit of a positive, I guess.
Yeah, but we tied our highest. Because that's what we had last time against Crystal Palace. Yeah. And we know how terrible their defense is, and you know,
I think
looking at
today
it,
was an example of how they got beat down by Man City. How
Yeah.
terrible their defense is.
you know, well, I guess Man City's been beating down everybody.
Yeah, but
They beat down Watford.
but Palace get beat down by everyone at the moment.
Yeah.
They got beat down by us for flip's sake.
Yeah,
So, you know.
2-0. But yeah, I think coming to January or even now, I think we need to start thinking we need pace. I feel like that's what's missing. I think defensively, I think we are good. I'm still confident in our defense, but I think we can't put everything on them, because what we're doing then is we don't offer anything attack wise. We're not creating enough in the midfield.
Yeah.
So what we do is we just get pushed back, and it's unfair for the defense to be like, look, we're going to do 90 minutes, and these guys aren't really going to do it. There's no pressure on the attackers to do much.
Like, I think we still haven't done the elephant in the room is getting that Sigurdsson figure. I think creatively we still lack a lot. I think, you know, we can't expect Tom Carroll. Like, he's been taking the free kicks today. He was taking the free kicks and he was atrocious, you know. I think last season a big thing for us was set pieces. It was free kicks from outside the box, you know. I'm not asking for a free kick specialist, but I'm asking a guy who was capable of scoring goals, capable of taking free kicks, and making a decent pass into the box, a decent cross, and that's something we don't have at the moment. Like, Narsing, he's got good pace. Yeah, I do agree we need pace, but I think we need someone who is creative as well. You know, I just feel like we lack.
What do you think of this? What do you think the next home game? What do you think if Britain's fit to play?
I'd play him.
And I think Britain's that guy. I mean, we've seen him do it last season off the pitch, you know, trying to get everybody motivated. And I don't know. In my head, I'm just thinking whether, you know, the next home match, because I think we need to get something at home. I mean...
Yeah, well, we haven't got any points so far.
No, 3 losses at home. And, excuse me, in two of those losses to teams
that we could have beaten.
At the beginning of the season, I'm like, yep, we win those. You know, a draw would be a loss. We need to win both of those games, and we've lost. We've lost both of them, and I'm not confident. Remember a couple weeks ago, I had said about the Newcastle match. I said if we lost this one, you know, I'm not confident going into after the Tottenham match, into that row of games where I felt like all those matches we need to win.
Yeah.
And
we're heading into this.
And we're in it now.
You know, next game, like at the beginning of the season, I would have said West Ham's a good team to face. I'd feel confident against West Ham, even away from home.
A couple weeks ago, I would have said that.
You know,
a couple weeks ago, I'd have been like, perfect.
But now I'm like, this morale is incredibly low. I'd imagine in the team right now, they probably felt like they deserved a draw against Watford. Defense probably feeling embarrassed. I'd imagine. I'm hoping they feel embarrassed at them because that was dreadful. But yeah, I just don't have any confidence heading into the next game.
Yeah.
You know, West Ham have a great attack, and we don't really have anything to offer in this game coming up now, unless we change it up again with wingers. Yeah.
Just going back to formation, you know, Clement's decision to go, I guess would be negative. Would you say too negative?
Yeah. Like, for me, you can't go into a game against a side that's beatable and be like, let's play defensive. Like, I get it. Like, you know, the champions Chelsea last year played this great formation.
Yeah.
But that's a world-class manager with world-class players. You can adjust. He has depth to go with. We don't have that, you know.
Well, I think in that sort of formation, I think if you're going to rely on the counter, then you need players who have pace and that can finish. They only need 1 or 2 chances.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, today was a big example. Where, Chelsea against Stoke, they won 4-0, and they have a striker with Morata. He's got pace, power, and amazing finishing ability. We have Tammy, good finisher, decent pace, but scrappy goals at the end of the day, and no one to support him and creatively. I'm just like, and defensively going forward, like, you know, compare Chelsea to Swansea, Marcus Alonso to Olsen, Victor Moses to Norton. It's just like,
yeah, and we can, and it's hard to do that comparison because of budget and finances.
You know, free football is what Swansea have been used to. Like, I think that's where our success came from in the past few seasons. You know, we've always had a system, but we've always let players have a little free roam around the pitch. You know, let them swap wings, let them go deeper and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and I agree to that. It's just, it just feels like Clement's forcing this system on the players, and they know it doesn't fit their personality. Like for us, we've always said we want wingers. This season, for the past 2 games, we said that. And I think one big thing going forward is that we've said Jordan Ayew isn't a scorer. I think we've discovered that now.
I'd say that with Abraham. I would say I know he got a goal today.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced.
Like last season, I was put on the right wing, and I felt like he did really good there. He was really good. He was assisting a few goals. He chipped in with a couple, but he's not meant to score that often. Even he can claim, say, my position as a striker, but the way you play doesn't show that. You assist more than anything. You're just a hard-working, high work rate striker who gives the ball to other strikers to assist them. It's just, I feel like you would benefit more on the wing than you would as a striker. And maybe giving them that creative freedom, or even being like, okay, you're going to play right wing / right forward today. Even that.
Do you think Clement, being in some of these top world-class, teams, do you think, so obviously he's not a fool, and he's not like a Bob Bradley who not saying Bob Bradley's a fool, but in this sort of sense, coming to the Premier League, he was out of his depth. It's not a thing of he's coming in and he can look at some players, and I think him and Paul will see completely 2 different sort of things. Now I think Clement, watching these guys day in, day out, he has to know what they're capable of, like certain players. And I feel like I wonder if he's going with the negative or the defensive route, because I wonder if he's seeing the guys we got and being like, we're going to get scored on a lot, or we're not going to offer much. So if that is the case, and we are going to play this 3 center backs and just have the midfield being extra defenders, then I think if that is the case, I'm going to call it now in saying we have the wrong style of attackers. That's Boney included, and I love Boney, but I would say Boney included. Why? Because he has no pace. And already now, that ball he gave away for the first goal, and you'd said, why is he so bad? But that's been him. I feel like that was him before as well. He was always he was almost like a Cam. He would play that sort of position. He hold players up, and he was just so far back. And so unless we stretch the pitch out and we're going closer into the box, then I think he could do that just outside the box or in the box and pull something out. But when he is almost to the middle of the pitch, it's never going to work, especially when it's like, what are we supposed to do, lob a ball? And it's like, if we had Montero, then maybe we could be like, we could maybe get to it, or if we had somebody with pace. But I feel like if that's what we're going to stick with, we completely, even if they work hard, we completely have the wrong attackers.
I feel like you're right. I feel like Clement has looked at it. I think what haunts him is that stat last season, like an average of 2 goals conceded per game. I think that haunts him a bit. Even though he wasn't a part of it for half a season, I feel like he still looks at it and just go, okay, this defense is quite bad. Like, they're very vulnerable to conceding goals. But at the end of the day, if you have no trust in your players, then they're not going to have trust in you at the end of the day. I feel. I'm not saying let's sack Clement. No, he's a great manager. He is a brilliant manager. Well, not manager, coach. He's a brilliant coach at the end of the day. And I feel like he has a great relationship with the players. But at the end of the day, if you don't trust your players, they're not going to have faith in you, and they're not going to perform for you. We've seen that in many clubs. I felt like when Rafa Benitez was at Real Madrid, no one performed for him because they didn't like his style. They just went, nope. And he was sacked within a few months. And I was just like, at the end of the day, you have to show some faith. Show faith in your captain, Fernandez. He's just coming into this role, so give him time. Play some youngsters, not Renato or something. We'll obviously play Renato as he's the longer. But, I feel like these guys are hungry to score. I feel like we've looked at the under-23s in the past year, and I feel like they're great players. McBurney's a huge example. Is he ready? I don't know. But it's worth a shot. Even in a cup game against United, I'd rather go out in that cup game and play McBurney. And see how eager he is to score goals. But I don't know. It just feels like Clement just doesn't trust the players at the moment. I'm just like, you need to trust them. Otherwise, you're not giving us a hope in the league.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, he obviously has to be aware. I mean, I think most people who follow football in the last 5 seasons are aware of just how short-lived a manager's career is at a club.
Yeah.
We were talking today, and you're like, if Real Madrid lose, you're like today or next few games, so you can see Zidane getting sacked, and he just pulled off. Champions League, back to back, never been done, but that's football. That is football, and I think Clement, I think, maybe in self-preservation, maybe he's just looking at the team, being like, he wants the club to do well. Or, he wants his career. He wants to continue, to not to be in a relegation fight already.
Well, he wants to progress at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think he wants, in order for his career to progress, the team has to progress. But I think he's willing, and I think he showed it today, to not, if he doesn't have trust in players, he's not going to play them. But, a little bit of a question on his judgment on certain things, like why wasn't Messa playing, and looking at Boney, I guess now, in hindsight of, I would rather have Abraham on that I know who's going to work hard. When it's like Boney, he, at the moment now, he has one thing going for him. If he's not fit to run a lot, is that he will hold players off. But I didn't
really see that.
Yeah, if he's not getting the ball, then it doesn't really matter. And if he's having more than that,
it's like having one less man on the field, basically. Yeah, it's just like,
So I don't know. I think going into, we're basically in October now. Next week this time, I think we'll be in October 1st, and we only got a few months until January, and I think we need to start looking at who's out there.
Even now, I feel like
I was looking at Andre Ayew today when they were playing Tottenham, and I was thinking I would take him back. And I know I can hear fans being like, all we're doing is getting back old players, but I'm like, look, we're always going to lose out, even the lesser clubs that live in bigger cities. We just do. We just will, because and they're going to get maybe a little bit. They'll get more money. The wages will be different, and I think we have to get who we could get. Especially if they're already in this league. We're always going to be against that. But I don't know. I think we need to start looking at somebody who is tested in this league, and I think with Jordan Ayew, I was happy when we got him, we did in last January. But that was based on when I saw Villa before they got relegated. He was the only one I felt like that worked hard, and I think we're seeing that now. But at the same time, you could probably look at it, but the team got relegated that he was playing for.
So if you were in the transfer market, you would look at players inside the Premier League and not outside?
No, I'd look for both, but I think for me, I'm always looking at Premier League players.
Like Premier League experiences there.
Yeah. And we're all, who we're always linked with? Under 21s, and we're always for our academy, and we're always linked with championship players. And I believe in the Michus and the Chicos and the people who kind of come out of left field, and you're kind of like, didn't expect that one. Look how awesome this is, But that doesn't happen all the time, and I think we can't keep relying on.
We have to be smart.
That. I think we want to get, players and people that are tested, that are good. But I don't know. Anyways, I just think my mind is already in January, because I think our defense, hopefully, we can tighten up. I guess just to recap, it was just 2 mistakes that I think with the right. Yeah, it was preventable. I think Klukas doesn't go in for it. Even if Klukas goes into it, let's just say that, Klukas could have cleared it. Going in the way he did, he was trying to just smash it out, but just hit it wrong, and it just dipped in front of the goalkeeper. But even if he wasn't there, I think Fernandez would have smashed it out. Preventable. But I think hopefully our defense can get us to January with some points, and we buy some wingers. I'm all about the wingers and some pace, and some creativity. I don't know. I'm not willing to write off our midfield yet. So any positives in this game?
We got a goal, the first home goal of the season.
Yeah.
Tammy's work ethic again. Jordan's work ethic. That's it. And Fabianski made a good few saves.
Yeah.
He's still performing well.
Yeah.
Got let down by the defence. But hey, on to West Ham.
Yeah. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared to think about that because they showed some fight today. But yeah. Anyways, the show continues, goes on. Let's go Swans. Let's get it. Let's get it. And Boney.
We'll see you later in the week for the West Ham preview.
Yeah. So, thanks for joining us. Swansea Beat. Follow us at Swansea Beat on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube.
Leave a like.
Yep, and share our content. That'd be great. Thanks, Swans fans.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
Peace.